Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Basic human rights for all people are those rights that are inalienable. They are the rights that when God made human beings and put them here on this earth, all of these inalienable rights were provided for, and no one was supposed to take them or obstruct them from any individual. The individual had a choice to abide by them and receive them, but they were provided for by God. My position today is to respond from a 40-year inventory of living here in America and speaking truth to power and the observation as far as it was made known publicly to all of us. I have spent a little bit of time here because it's very important, especially having a Christian magazine that was started by the Reverend Billy Graham to print an article. Finally, a right-wing organization, fundamentalist Christians and evangelical Christians, who have all supported Donald Trump. This article came out, and I hope that you have at least read it or listened to it on television. I hope that you have. I did, and it just blew my mind to know now the American people have the opportunity to know that Huckabees and Oldsteins, those people who never speak about immorality, those people who never speak about the pain and suffering that people have to endure, but come up with some old scheme to make you feel comfortable, are major in the major issues of today. The crime and the violence, the suffering, all of that. They have closed their eyes and their minds and their hearts to it. Well, I did a presentation on that earlier, so I'm going to leave it there. Today, my subject matter is the one true God. This message is broken down in about 2 or 3 different parts. Otherwise, it would be too long. I know your attention span. The masses of you, many of you would, but the masses would not be able to get their attention for that long. So I've broken it down into several parts. Part 1 is called the one true God, the only God worth recognition. And it's not Trump. It's not a white person. It's not a black person. It's not a person. And I call that a choice. And with that choice, you would receive and experience God's plan for life. The second part, which will be a different post, it's called anti-God. And what I mean by anti, I'm talking about Satan. I'm talking about the corruption known the world over. It too is a choice that you can make. And if you choose not God's plan, you have to be choosing Satan's plan. You might call it yourself's plan for life. But in reality, it is Satan's plan for your life that you are accepting. And ladies and gentlemen, that would be the second part. The third part would have to do with what is required in this hell to return back to the one God, the only God worth recognition. And I promise you, it will be enduring. So, let us go and start with part 1. Part 1 shouldn't take that long, at least I hope it doesn't. But the subject matter again is choice, God's plan for life, the one true God. What is God? A God is a power exercised that no human can do. This power is capable of creating among many unknowns, a world or many worlds, including an earth, potentially with an environment to sustain life in many forms. A power that provides all requirements necessary for survival of life in every form, which includes for humans food and shelter, education and health care and dental care, and a means to accommodate these requirements through a process of careers of choice. Many of you call that jobs. And this as a requirement for all, including everyone that benefits from such resources, for maintaining a state of life. A God has knowledge to maintain such resources by locating them in appropriate spaces, whether on the earth, in the earth, above the earth, seen and unseen, with the ability to maintain itself through the process of growth and regrowth as need dictates. A God able to create a human form with a variety of systems that facilitate, embrace, and maintains a continuity of life, and this given to a certain degree, requiring little or no effort from the human itself. Still, embedding within the individual human a craving for participation, expression in the period of life, qualifying for a career objective necessary for meeting justification of existence within the human race. A God, fair and just with human creation, by applying the same building blocks for being, maintaining itself through external as well as internal forces. A God establishing laws and a system of expressing such laws that establish harmony in the existence of creation, allowing for the fulfillment of dreams, making life worthwhile for the creature. A God that reflects and reveals itself through all that exists, that is good, harmonious, and self-sustaining. What is being weighed on this scale of injustice or justice today is whether the slaughter of natives were just. Is slavery just? The denial of the right to participate in life, are these just? In fact, is the pursuit of a paycheck over justice righteous or permissible for the sake of money? If so, then all criminality is justified. Yet, justice and righteousness requires that its representative is not abated, even if only one person in the country, one person in the world, if only one is righteous. Heaven requires that one to stand up, for heaven itself stands with such a one. In summary, if I was going to kind of wrap it up, the one true God, a power exists known only by its creation, responsible for the earth and all its abilities, also known for the existence and the maintenance of life, including humans, created for a multitude of humans, male and female, darkest to the lightest shades, each requiring the same external sustenance for survival: food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and so forth. To meet these most important realities, it is mandated that each one that benefits in these areas are required to participate in the process of manifestation through the exercise of a job a career of choice. This process allows for an abundance of these resources that none will be without access to any of them. Participation and participation alone is your only payment. Let me say that to you one more time. Participation in the process and participation alone is your only payment for receipt of any and all benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just go ahead. It sounds so good. Food, clothing, shelter is all free because you participated. Education is unlimited, unrestricted, and free because you participated. Health care from the womb to the tomb is available to all, and it's free because you participated. The imagination is a gift to humans from the Creator for the purpose of introducing newness into society for given periods of time. All required resources are available as gifts from creation for facilitating human creation. Yes, human create too. They make cars, they do the building of houses, they process all of this, which is made available to each and all that desire of the benefits thereof. It is the purpose of this life for humans to support one another using what has been freely given for the purpose of peace, for the purpose of prosperity, for the purpose of freedom, for the purpose of joy of life, and the fulfillment of every dream. In God's plan of life, the only requirement to benefit from all that is created at the hands of man is that you have a job, a career, participating in the creative process of production, and one desires to access or use such production. Listen, my friends, I know asking you to turn your back on the American economic and social system is like asking a very sick person under the care of a doctor to resist all medical care and psychological care, relying on faith and faith alone to take care of what must be done. The difference here is retrieving your power and redirecting it new economics towards a new economics and a social system. Now, do you get what I'm saying? How many of you would have that kind of faith? I'm not going to depend upon what we call the Constitution because we know how people are. We have seen it. We see people who care only about themselves. We see it every day. And we, regardless of what we think about God, we have put up with it. Because everyone that has stood up have been put down by a bullet. This is a fact. And so not many of you are ready to receive a bullet, especially when you do not know God. So the whole nation has been deceived, really deceived. And if you got any doubt about it, all you got to do is watch the United States political system from 2016 until this present day, and you will see the devil, how it works. You will see people who call themselves good and kind people, people who wanted to do right, decided to go to the polls and vote for evil. You will see them standing up, giving voice, saying that a lie is truth, or if it's not, it does not matter. Do you know what it must mean to see people who know that Donald Trump is a liar, a big deceiver, an immoral character person? Do you know what it must mean to see that your United States Senate, those you have chosen to represent you and speak for you not only in this country but our world, to know how you really think, and these are your representatives, and they tell you, no, send them on over here, send this charges over here to this court. We don't care what you're saying. We are not going to send this guy out. This guy works for us. We got a senator. We got a good economic system that works for those that it works for. Oh, no, we like that. Well, if God stands against it, God be damned. That's what they're saying. This is America, ladies and gentlemen. And this is part one. I have part two that will be coming to you. Well, you know me, once I start, I can't stop. I'm going to stop this here at 15 minutes, and that's about enough. And the second part will probably be about the same. Remember again, this will be about the anti-God. This will be about Satan. I've told you about God. Now I'm going to tell you about the devil. Until next time, Eddie Marcus.